everybody, it's Leah. I am back with the final building phase of our Tim Holtz Folio mini album project. I really enjoyed doing this. It's been a project I've wanted to do for a really long time, and I'm so glad that we're finally at the end of building the base of this project. Okay, today we are going to build the last part, which is just to put something on this tab to extend it so when our book is closed, because you see now it's much thicker than it was when we started. This was a very flat book in the beginning, and now we've kind of given it some heft. So unfortunately this tab is not really making it. So we're going to extend the tab, and then we're also going to just have a brief discussion about, well, discussion. I'm basically going to talk to you. Let's get that better. I'm going to talk about decorating our book and how I plan to approach it and why I decided I wasn't going to tell you guys about how to decorate it, how to build the on the inside for the tabs that we have left over. Okay, so in order to extend this tab, because as you can see, it's no longer coming all the way across, we're going to need one piece of chipboard. Now this in particular is a piece of 8.5 by 11 chipboard. I have it lying around. Like I said, this project is about working with what you have around. I have a lot of random chipboard like albums that I bought from Recollections. So if I needed to, I could have used one of those. But I just so happened to have done some wedding invitations, and when I purchased the vellum, inside was this thin chipboard. So I liked it because it was very easy to cut on my Fiskars cutter, my rotary cutter, and I also like that I think it's going to be easy to punch the corners. The other chipboard that I have, it's a little heavy, so it's not as easy to punch the corners. Okay, so you're going to take your 8.5 and 11 chipboard, and we're going to cut it down. Well, I pre-cut mine because I wanted to see what size I really wanted to make the cover. I pre-cut mine down from here to this, so you want to take from the top or the bottom, whichever, and then come in sideways. Okay, the length of the cover is going to be 8 3/4, and the width you're going to take down to 6 1/4. Now the album is 7 1/4, but what happens is it's not really, I mean, once you get the straps on there, it pushes the cover kind of not really square, and so you don't want to have your cover hanging off the edge. Now this is up to you how big you want to make this. And the reason why I'm going to say is aesthetics. I don't have a problem with this no longer being like a closure that closes most of the cover of my album, because now this is going to be closed off and this is going to be open. I don't personally have a problem with that. It doesn't bother me. Some people it might, and if it does, I suggest taking it down to maybe about 3 or 3.5, so it still looks like a folio. For me, I kind of want my book closed all the way, and I like what it does for me as far as options when I glue down the cover. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is punch the corners on one side, both on the long sides. Oh boy, I thought this was going to be easy. It's so not. It's going to keep... Oh, I thought it was going to be so easy. Wait, where's my envelope punch board? Hold on, I have to get it. Let's see if it's easier with downward pressure. Oh, I don't know what that was. There was a very loud noise outside my door. All right, let's see. Yeah, envelope punch board. That downward pressure is the way to go, guys. Trying to punch it with your finger is like virtually impossible. Oops. Okay. So now I've got my nice rounded corners. I'm not going to distress the edges just yet because I'm not sure what papers I'm using. So until I decide what papers I'm using, I don't want to decide on the colors. Now, on the inside of my album, I chose, just for this manila part, I chose this kind of orangey marmalade color. I may go back and distress these that color. I may not. I haven't decided. Okay, we're also going to, yes, talk about the closure that goes here. But right now, let's finish the cover. Okay, so the way that I want to glue this down, I want to glue just along the edges. I don't want to glue this, and I don't want to glue along the front edge. Now, again, this is personal taste and how you want to use your album. If you just want to glue this thing down and get it down and just have it be a cover, that's great. I love the idea of creating a little pocket edge here. So that's why I'm only gluing around 3 edges. So we're gonna get our glue. Again, this is one of those times I'm gonna tell you use wet glue. Unless you're gonna do the whole thing and then use whatever is best. But you'll get a cleaner edge and you'll get more room out of your pocket area if you use wet glue. So I'm gluing right around the top, and around along the bottom, and then right along that edge right there. I really want it like all the way to the edge. I know sometimes I say don't go all the way to the edge. This is one of the times I'm going to tell you go really, really, really close. And I'll hold it up to show you where my glue is. Okay, is it focusing? Oh no, can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, you can see that the glue is just beaded up right at the edge, all the way along the edge of that. You can see the kind of glisten from it, okay? I'm gonna take my cover piece. I'm gonna go right up to the edge of it there. I'm not gonna let it hang off the edge, but I am gonna get it really, really close, okay? And then just press that down really good. I'm just gonna push in just a little bit so it's not so falling off the ends, because we do want it to look neat, right? Okay. Now again, I don't have a quick dry glue, so it takes me a minute to get my pieces to adhere. Putting even pressure. I'm just holding it right at the center along that strip and then just pressing along the edge, because I don't want to warp the book, and I want to be very ginger because I don't want to smash the pages that we have underneath, because they don't have anything on them yet to kind of make them stand up. And we have a very soft, flexible hinge that we put in. It's not like we use like a, you know, a heavy hinge there. It's paper. Okay, so now when I open my cover, this whole space on the inside here, I have a place to tuck things. And I learned this if you watch my very first mini album. Actually, it's my very first YouTube video. You'll see that I did this with another album that I made. I did a laptop album, and I didn't like that the hinge didn't close all, you know, the folder didn't meet up and like cover each other. It was like, it was weird. It was like bending. So I extended the cover there too. So you can see how I did it on another project. Okay. All right. So now that we have this on, you can see, I mean, it's really just a quick place to tuck a little something, something. It's not a deep pocket, guys. Again, it's just a little place. I was like, well, if I'm going to have the cover on, I may as well have it go all, you know, a little something I can use. Okay. So this here. You have a choice. You have a lot of choices, actually. You do this any way you want to. You can choose to do nothing and just let it flop open every time you open the album. It's not a big deal to some people, but it may be to others. Another option that you can do is, oh, this is gonna be a pain. Okay, the other option that you could use is magnets. I know a lot of people are fans of magnets. I have no idea about using magnets, so I would definitely like look that up. But when you do it, you want to do before the decorative paper goes on. You're going to want to use a red line tape or very sticky tape. When you put it on, you place the magnet together on one side, either this side or this side. I suggest the strongest space first, okay? And since that's pretty much this edge, I don't think you'd really want to do it here, okay? Place the magnet down with both magnets together, then add more of that red line tape or some other strong glue, and close it, hold it down, rub, burnish, whatever you've got to do, and then you'll be able to open it up, okay? I don't really highly suggest Velcro, but you could do a very small round Velcro piece and stick it, do the same thing, stick it down on this side, then stick it down on this side. With that, you may want to staple the Velcro just to be certain that it's not going to come off the book. And then, but you would do that, you would do Velcro after you've covered your page with your decorative paper. Okay, and the option that I'm going to do, I'm going to put a hole through the cover for a brad, because I think that's really, I think I'm pretty much going to use a brad. I'm pretty dead set on it. I've been dead set on it since I realized that thing kept opening. So for those of you who are going to use a brad, you're going to need some kind of instrument to poke a hole through your album cover. I'm going to use a nail because my 1/8 inch punch doesn't reach. There's lots of punches that you can use. I just don't happen to have one that reaches. Once I open up my paper, I can't really. You see, it's not going to go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler, which I've now lost. I lose more stuff. You know, if you ever want to see what my desk looks like, I have a video. You would think that there's no way you could, lose anything on this desk, and yet I lose everything. I mean, it's only 3 feet wide, but I lose everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to go down from this line that I have here, trying to keep it as straight as possible, and I'm going to line it up with the center of this pocket, pretty much. And I'm just going to measure in just a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but that's about where I'm going to put my brad. So I'm just going to look on the other side, make sure it's about good. You know, I think that depth is 1/4 of an inch is good. Okay, you can measure, see if you like 1/4 of an inch. Actually, 1/2 inch may be better. Did I do 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch? You know what? I'm not going to go as far. I'm going to go just within, because this is 1/2 inch from here to here. I'm going to go just to the edge right there. Let me zoom in. You can see I'm just at the edge of where my hinge for this is. I just like the idea of that because I can have it be extra, you know, have extra reinforcement. Okay. So I'm just going to push my nail through. Again, if you have a better tool than a nail, now's the time to do it. I really wish I had a better tool because this is a pain in the tweeze. And I'm just going through one side, and then I'm going to go back through the other side. It's just a little bit off center, but I didn't do a very good job measuring. I think. I could have done it perfect, but it's a little late. It's not a little late. I can always cover it if I don't like it, but okay. And then I'm going to do like that. And that gives me just enough space to put my my brad through. Okay, and then when I put my pattern paper on, I'll put it on one side, push the hole through, then do the other side, just so I can be certain that I have the hole where I want it. Okay, so that's really it as far as making a spot to put a clothes. Oh, no, I have to, don't listen to me, I have to put a spot here too. Oh, no. Yeah, the brad goes here, and then I want to line this up this way. It's a lot easier if I had done this before I had my pages in. Alright. And I want to come in 1/2 inch. Okay. I'm just going to make a mark because I can actually use my punch. 1/8 inch punch. Am I on screen? Oh god, no. Okay. Okay. Now when I have my brad and I have some kind of string that I can tie here and then glue and then cover with the paper, and I can loop it around the brad that way. Okay. Now, hopefully you saw that. So yeah, so that's it as far as constructing our album. We are finished building. That like, nope. Yes. Like that. Okay. Yep. And our elastic goes on like this. So let's walk through the album that we've created over the last few weeks and talk about how we're going to decorate it. Okay, so on the front cover, you can pretty much do anything you want. You can embellish, you can add pockets if you wanted to. I love adding pockets to my covers, actually. It's fun to have some interaction even on the front cover of a book. You could do it in a way where you make a pocket that goes this way and add things in here. My album's going to be for a trip, so I may just do my title and some embellishing. I don't know that I really want to have a lot of, like, I don't know that I really want this album to have a lot of like raised embellishment. I may use just chipboard. You know, there's a lot you can do. I mean, covers are one of those things that I feel like that's one of the places where you just go crazy and really show off your personality and what it is that you would like to show about what's going to be inside the book. Again, I gave myself a very big cover. You don't have to. Again, you can do the smaller tab and have just the cover be very simple. Okay. When we open up our straps, there's some great, by the way, these straps do come off, and the way that I designed the book, they should be able to come off. Tim Holtz designed some really great sentiment pieces that can go on these straps. You can get those. You can make charms. You can do all kinds of things. I might make charms. Maybe I have, where are they? I don't know where they are. I have the little clear plastic embellishments that he had. I forget what they're called. I'll put a notation. And they're charms, and I may actually do charms on my book. I haven't really done that. I've just done like 1 or 2 books, so I'm kind of excited to maybe add some charms, homemade charms. Okay, so we open our book. We got a little pocket to stick things here. You can decorate this, have something to say here, have something to say here. Maybe because the cover is going to be decorated nicely, maybe here I can write a sentiment or a journaling about what's inside the book. Okay. Then our first page will be here. We'll be able to open it up here, and you can decorate this with just paper, really show off the paper here, maybe do pictures. I think this section's going to be about the leg of our trip where we're actually in Florida. So I might do something like Florida. I have those Tim Holtz, where's my decorers? Let's get it out. I have these ideology salvage stickers, and these have what are these, postcards from every state. So I'm thinking about doing sections of the book as different, you know, different states, different parts of the states, different things that we're doing. So I may do that. I may put them all here with the journaling. You know, I haven't decided yet, and that's one of those things I'm gonna do as I go along. Okay. Again, you can add pockets. You can do your journaling cards. Let's see, we have some? Yeah. So say we had, oh, here's some travel journal cards I decided not to use. I don't know why. I think I just didn't go with my paper. Okay. I can take, not that one, but I can do something like this, no matter where I go. Travel's my destination, and then kind of embellish like that. I mean, this is a more narrow space, but you have the space to do 3x4 and 4x6 journaling cards. If you wanted to do like that and that, you could do 2 this way. Okay. We open this up. We've got our little cards. We can decorate this with whatever we please. Here, you can cover either pockets individually, or you can put one strip across so you can't tell there's 2 pockets. Each of these tabs is great. I have these wonderful stickers. Where are they? That they have a, oh no, is it here? Yeah, I think they're here. And there's little tabs. So this is itinerary. I have these things with dates. So I'm thinking about, I'm going to use those on my tabs because it's really fun, and they're already like pre-made tabs, so it works out well for me. I love that I set up collections for myself so I can really, you know, have a cohesive look to my whole book. You know, we've got pockets. You can put maps. You can put tchotchke, whatever you collect from your trip in there. And again, these, just because we did this way doesn't mean you just have to do like journaling cards or just pictures, or you know, a picture and then a journaling. I have line stamps where I can stamp and just write a quick journaling about the picture. This is a great opportunity also for doing layouts. You can do a layout across the 2 pages. You could do a layout on each page. I live in a crazy neighborhood. I don't know if you could hear that, but it sounded like a bomb going off. It's insane. Yeah, I have a pocket here. I'm thinking about taking a journal and maybe just writing some journaling about the wedding and sticking that in there, or making like another mini like this, because I mean, these are really easy to make. You just take a piece of paper and you take a few other pieces of paper and you make them twice as wide as you would like the book to be. And then you can sew them together, you can staple them together, and you get a book. It's really simple. And you can do that with, you know, and make a little, you know, just one leg of a visit, and then fit this in the pocket. And this is like a really nice size book. I got this at my job, right? Yeah, at H&M. They were like on clearance for $1 for 2 books. So I was like, who can beat that? So I bought 2 packages. The book is 4 by 6, which makes it, I mean, it's just under 6, and it's perfect to fit inside that pocket. I can decorate it however I choose. I can take this book, I can make a book, you know, you have a lot of options, guys. It's a very flexible folio, and it was really important for me to really make it in a way that you can do it however you like and not necessarily have to do it how I'm showing. Okay. And as we get into this part here, I mean, this is where it gets the most fun, I feel like. The pages that we did are just so fun. You've got this section here with these little card slots. And again, I promise the pages, the card won't fall out once this is decorated with paper. You can decorate this. You can add a picture here. A 5x7 will fit, which is really great because it's nice to have a spot for 5x7 photos. 5x7s will fit also on this card that we didn't cut down. You can fit a 4x6 photo. You can do mini layouts with little Instagram 4x4 size picture, or 2x2, or 3x3. I mean, little square photos. So many options. You've got this piece that goes in the pocket. By the way, you may need to cut this down just a little bit. Once I glued the signature to the hinge, I found that it was a little hard to get this in, but you don't want to trim off too much unless you want the 4x6 photo to go all the way to the edge, because I gave you just enough where you get this little trim edge if you put a 4x6 on here. But again, you could do 2 3x3s. You can do your journaling cards here. Look, you do these across there, and you can see it just fits right on there. You know, oh, that is so cool. Once you start putting things on, it really looks like you're making something, guys. It's really exciting. This is a great way to use up these journaling kits from like, what are these? Project Life pocket cards, pocket journaling, whatever you want to call them. This is a great way to just lay a bunch of stuff down. If you have like, I know when I bought my cinnamon edition kit, I feel like I have a billion cards, and I'm like, who needs all these cards? I don't do Project Life like that that well. I think I made it about 4 days before I was like, oh, I'm kind of over this. But you know, great way to use them up. You can decorate this here and stick a picture here like this. You can do journaling here. You can just decorate it and enjoy your paper. Because how many times do we cover our paper up with photos and we spend all this money on paper? This is the opportunity for you to really enjoy your paper as well as your pictures. Okay. Here, great spot for a nice size layout. Again, you can have pockets. You can make a pocket out of things that you get on your trip. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Like I could take, I'll have to cover this up, but it's where I live, but someone's license plate is on it. This is a check-in for where you go to our state parks in Brookhaven, or town parks. They give you a ticket for your window. I can glue this down and make a pocket out of it, and then you can put stuff right in it. You know, I mean, there's so much. I mean, we got to remember that the reason we make mini albums is to have a place to kind of put a whole journey or a whole idea, you know, and not inhibit ourselves. Like where 12 by 12, I feel like you can only share one moment. Here you can share a whole story, and it's a very flexible thing. I decided to leave this alone. These 2 tabs between the pages. And that's because I think it's good for me to have the opportunity to have just a place to rest and go, okay, yes, I'm married to what I did in the pages about how much space I have on it, but here I feel like it's so much more flexible for me to leave a couple of places where it can breathe. I'm thinking I may glue my maps to this piece here so that they pull out like an accordion. I don't know. I haven't decided, but we'll see. You know, I mean, brochures, I may glue them down in a way so that they open up and it's very interactive. You know, these pockets here, I'm really going to try and do some kind of fun little layouts and challenge myself to crop my photos a little smaller, because I tend to leave my photos in big 4x6 format, and it'll be fun to, like, I think just take little moments and shoot a little wider, and it'll force me to shoot a little more open so I can really crop down the way that I want it to be on here. Yeah, and then this back pocket to fill up with stuff, just the random loose things that you don't know what to do with. I mean, you know, that's the fun. And again, you can make a pocket. You don't have to go out and buy any of these things. We're really using what we have laying around. If you have a ton of cardstock, you make a pocket. You take a piece of paper, you fold it in half, you make a little 1/2-inch edge, close it up, fold the top down, and you're good, you know? If anybody has a request on how to make these pockets, I will do one video where I just make a pocket like this. Just let me know. Okay? Sound off in the comments below if you want a video where I teach you how to make a pocket, okay? Yeah, and then I have this back page. I didn't marry myself to having a pocket here or having a layout here. I don't exactly know what I want to do yet. I may want to just have a place to enjoy my paper and have it say the end or welcome home. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna let my paper speak to me and my photos and my memorabilia speak to me about how I should finish off the album. But the one thing that I will say, I love, love, love that the book is so big, and yet when I push my pages down, you know, they lay nice and flat, and it gives me the opportunity to really enjoy everything all spread out across. And this will loosen up, guys. It's stiff now, but I mean, it's paper. Eventually the fibers are gonna break and it won't be so stiff. I love that we left this here. Well, I didn't love it at first because I was like, oh, I really wanted to put some kind of pocket or something onto these, let me zoom out a little bit. I really wanted to put a pocket on one of these, like a fold out pocket, but you know what, it's good. Again, it gives you a place to breathe. You can put a journaling card, you can put a picture. Here, let me show you what it looks like with you might have to cut one down, but you can put a journaling card on there, or a 3x4 one you can put right on there. It gives it a moment to just kind of have little tiny, you could do Instagram size photos there. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but I did want to give opportunity where I talked through like different options, okay? Thank you so much, everybody who joined with me on this little journey. To those of you who commented, they were so appreciated and so nice, and it really just made me feel like I'm excited to do more of these projects with you. I've already got my next one kind of planned out a little bit, and I'm gonna say that like it involves using a subscription that I had. Ooh, I'm knocking everything over. It involves using a subscription I had and turning it into something else because it was a gift and I wasn't sure how to use it. And now I think I want to use it in a different way than the purpose for what it was intended. So our next project is going to be a flip this to that. Yeah, so I'm going to do a project where I flip something and then and you can, if you have, a subscription to, I'm going to tell you it's Paper Pumpkin. If you have a Paper Pumpkin subscription, we're going to be using the April kit, and we are going to turn those pockets into a mini album. If you don't have a Paper Pumpkin subscription, that's fine. You may have some other kind of card subscription or something, I will show you how to make the pocket that I had, just in case you don't have a Paper Pumpkin April subscription just laying around your house. Okay, thanks again for joining, and I will see you all when I get back from my vacation. I'm going to show you my decorated book once it's done and I've got all my pictures printed out. That may or may not be before I do the next project, but when I do, I would love to see what you guys do with your books, and if you could share them with me when you're done on the video of the share of this album. I'm going to tell you that I have a special surprise in store, but I'm not going to tell you about that until I share my finished decorated album. Again, take care. Have a great day.